key to success lies within your emotions. That's maybe not what you expected to hear, other than it is, of course, the title for this video, which, by the way, if you like, please remember to like, and you can also subscribe to stay up to date on my future videos. Whenever I learn something that works for me, I get excited about it and I feel compelled to share it because I want everyone to have that great feeling. Different strokes for different folks, absolutely. However, this concept is universal. It works for all of us, but it can also work against all of us. That part is up to you. Humans tend to shy away from the unknown. We want to keep ourselves safe. We don't want to get hurt, and disappointment is another form of hurt. If it's human nature to stick with what we know, then perhaps those of us who are successful because we do venture out into the unknown, maybe they are superhuman. Instead of hanging back, they dive in. What helps successful people move forward with confidence in whatever goal they set out to achieve is their excitement around the idea. And it doesn't matter how they're going to get there or what the path might look like. When we try to figure everything out before getting started, we never get started. Successful people inherently know they will succeed at whatever they set out to. And they get excited about it. And this excitement then leads them to the first step. Excitement is a feeling of enthusiasm, of eagerness. And when we have this feeling, we are a magnet for more of this. If you're someone who doesn't like venturing out into the unknown and you're maybe keeping yourself stuck in certain areas of your life, consider this. Your emotions predict your future because, one, we attract more of how we're feeling, and also because our emotions then influence our decisions. So if you're feeling doubtful, thinking, what if it doesn't work out? It's probably not going to work out. Or if you're focusing so far ahead on what the path is going to look like that you have yet to take your first step, you won't succeed at your goal. You are predicting your future. The same is also true with a positive emotion. When you allow yourself to envision the things that you want and then get excited about it, you are also predicting your future. When you find yourself thinking, what if it doesn't work out? Switch it to what if it does, and then take it further with curiosity, wonder, and excitement. I wonder how that's going to work out. And then feel how it feels as if it's actually happening, working out right now. Conjure up that feeling of excitement and carry it with you to help influence your decisions moving forward in a positive direction and helping you achieve your goals. I bet if you look back throughout your life, you did exactly this with all of the things that you succeeded at. You got an idea, you got excited about it, and then you got started. For the things in our life that have yet to work out or didn't work out for you and for me, we likely carry a negative emotion around it, probably one of fear. We do predict our futures, and if you must know what yours looks like, okay, no problem. Consider your emotions. How are you feeling about certain areas of your life? The areas where you are successful, you likely feel really good. You are predicting your future. You will continue to be successful in those areas. What about the areas that you don't feel very good about or don't feel very confident in because you've had some negative experiences there in the past? Maybe it's time to switch things up and make some adjustments to how we feel, the emotions that we're creating around that. Changing a negative mindset is just like changing a bad habit. It's not easy, but it doesn't have to be as hard as we think. Envision that change and get excited about it as if it's already happening. We actually do this in our own lives all day long anyway. Like if for example, if we're waiting in line for a roller coaster ride, we're either nervous or excited. Maybe butterflies are swimming around our stomach. Maybe our heart is beating faster. We're not even on the ride yet, but our mind thinks we are, so our body thinks we are. I, for example, get very nervous to go to the doctor because I fainted there so many times before. And what happens when you faint is your pulse drops really low. Because I carry this emotion of fear around going to the doctor, I have then recreated this same event for myself many, many times over. I'll be getting nervous on my way to the doctor, and by the time I get there, my pulse is already dropping and the nurse can't take my blood. And then I start to feel faint. So I know that on a day that I have to go get my blood drawn, I need to be feeling really good and a really positive mindset. And then guess what happens? Everything goes perfectly fine. My emotions, good or bad, predict my future. And the same is true with anything I've ever succeeded at. I get excited about it. I may not know exactly the path, how I'm going to get there, what that's going to look like, but I do know with certainty that I will get there. And I get so excited about it, it's as if it's already happening, that I'm living that moment right now. it's completely natural for a glimmer of doubt to creep in. So when that happens and we find ourselves thinking for a second, what if it doesn't work out, or, feeling a little bit scared, that's okay. We can just observe our mindset and we can switch it to, what if it does work out? Of course it will. And let ourselves get excited about it, envision it happening, and just let the emotion of excitement be stronger than the emotion of fear. I'm going to share a story that I actually don't think I've ever shared with anybody. When I was graduating college, I decided I wanted to pick a city I had never been to, where I knew nobody, and move there. And I did. I got an apartment, I packed up my car, and I moved to Seattle, Washington. And it was actually really cool. I was very well received there. I met some really nice people. Everybody was cool and laid back. I remember the coffee shops there were particularly interesting to me because it was kind of like community seating. If there wasn't an open table and you had an extra seat at your table, well, somebody was just going to come on in and join you like it was nothing and say hi and, sip their coffee, read their paper, whatever. So I was taken aback by that at first. I was like, oh, but it was cool. I liked it. So I met some great people there. And anyway, on my way there, so I drove, I got this idea that I wanted to be a dancer. I love dancing. I mean, who doesn't, if we're being honest with ourselves? But I'm not exactly a great dancer. I mean, I'm okay. I can get a rhythm, but I didn't even make the high school drill team because I couldn't catch on to the routine fast enough. It takes me a long time to learn. So this was not exactly a logical idea. But for some reason, I got the idea in my head that I wanted to be a dancer, and I got very excited about it. I just knew it was going to happen. Really crazy. So one day I went to one of the coffee shops in Seattle, and they had a bulletin board there with advertisements and things posted on it. And there was a posting to interview. You don't have to try out, but you had to interview for this traveling dance team. And so I took the information and I applied, and basically they would interview you, and if they liked you, if they felt like you might be a good fit for their traveling dance team, then they would have you join the team, and they would teach you how to dance. And some women that had joined in the past later went on to open their own studios or this or that or whatever. But I interviewed for it and I got it. I manifested this just by getting excited, getting an idea that made absolutely no sense, and getting excited about it and letting this momentum and excitement lead me to success. I did actually turn the opportunity down. I mean, I was young and didn't know what I was doing quite clearly, but I also had the responsibility of my cat, and I wasn't just going to give my cat away to go travel with some dance team. I didn't feel right about that. But my point is, our excitement can lead us to success, even when it might seem completely illogical. If you're someone who doesn't like venturing out into the unknown, and you're keeping yourself stuck in certain areas of your life thinking, what if it doesn't work out? Your emotions predict your future because we attract more of how we're feeling. And also because our emotions influence our decisions. We are all the leaders of our own lives, and we don't all want the same things, but we do all want something. The things that we want are meant for us. So if there's something that you're ready to try or to change, get excited about it, and your emotions will lead you to success.